just got back to the boat. It's Sunday, late August bank holiday. Can't believe how fast 6 months has gone, to be honest with you. It's insane, and I can't believe how little I've got done from what I thought I'd have done in 6 months. But I've now got 8 days till spray foam, so I've got to prep all of this with tape, ready for that to take off. I've got to make sure all the bits and pieces around the doors, the hatches, the ceiling, all that sort of stuff is ready to go. I might box in the hatches yet this weekend. Stuff like taking little bits out that I've put on, making sure everything's ready, masking up all the windows. I've got cellophane for that, or like clear plastic cellophane bags type stuff for that. Yeah, and then get all of this stuff out to give the guy a clear workspace. Set out some stuff with the water tank. Going to go to a Chandoi tomorrow, see if I can get a breather fitter and a pipe, so that's all set in for when that guy comes. Yeah, so just here at the minute, iron stuff up, seeing what I need to do. I might frame out the door frames, stuff like that, just, you know, short term, just so I'm not clearing off spray foam from around the frames. As with the hatches just over here, I might frame up the edges of the hatch, so I'm not clearing all that back. But yeah, so let's go on with some tidying up and taping. Yeah. So looking around things to do for preparation for the spray foam. So my plan is to come down past the gunnels with a second batten to give it some depth. To give it some depth out, and to come down past the gunnel to create a cable tray. So with that in mind, I think I'm going to frame out the hatches all the way around as a box, as something to line up to. Same with the doors. I mean, down this end, I'm going to box it around the door. I mean, this will probably be the flush wall at the end, but I'm going to box up around it just in case. So with a little bit of a play around, I've managed to put a frame up around this hatch. It's not, I don't think I'm going to keep it as a finished one, it's just something to lip up to with the spray foam, and then I'll remove it later if I need to. So as well as that, as an alternate surprise, Tim and Tom have turned up and decided they're going to sand the side of the boat today. So we'll see how they get on. So yeah, they've used the sander to dig off a lot of the surface rust. Still a bit more to do. They've masked up the windows to not damage them. So we're using the random orbit sander with the battery pack, and we're using the 1/4 inch sander with the 230 volt. And apparently they're going to make mincemeat of this and do it in no time at all. So let's see how they get on with the rest of the day. Cool. So just in our little building site, I've done the first 2 frames, so that one's now framed out. I've attached it, you can't see it because of the light, I've attached it to these battens that are already in place, so you might be able to see this one a bit better. So I've framed this out as well. It's just a lip for the spray foam to come up to, and then we'll tape this, and you know, we may not keep them all. I've also in the middle of putting a frame up on the bow door. There's a lot of light shining through, so I don't know if you're able to see. It's not quite in place yet, I've just got it in place with some clamps. And then again, I'll attach it to this battening at the back that's in heavy shadow that you can't see, so maybe that's it. There we go. I'll attach it to that back battening just as a lip for somewhere to come up to with the spray foam. So it's about 3 o'clock. It looks like the lads have got pretty far. I retaped up the windows. It looks pretty good. We'll do a little bit of a closer inspection in a sec. It's just got to about 3:30. The dogs are still going, and we're just looking at the side of the boat. This is crazy. Yeah, it's looking good. It's back to bare metal for the most part. There's almost no rust. So yeah, I'm just going to clean it up now. Put some Furtan on it overnight, and then I'll have to paint it tomorrow, I think. Yikes. So about 4:20. Been grinding since about, I don't know, I'd say about 11. Sanding and grinding. The lads have got the entire bit done. I haven't touched any of this. I've been working inside the boat, so it's very nice. They've just white spirited the whole thing, degreased the whole thing. So now we're going to fur tan it and leave it overnight, and I'm going to try and paint it in the morning now. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. So it's just getting to be about 6 o'clock. This is our setup now. We're just putting tape on the lower battening. This side already has 2 layers, top and bottom, and then we'll do the uprights this evening. Tom's just finishing up that end. We've cleared everything to the middle of the boat, as everything is getting taped. So I've, like I said earlier, I've framed up the hatches. I've framed up the entire back wall, another batten deeper. I've framed up this hatch. And I've started framing up at the far end, so we're just clearing the boat up, putting everything in the middle, getting it available to tape, and then yeah, that'll be the day. Here's a little closer look, about 6:30. The lads have just left. They've left me to it. I've got some taping to do inside, but I've also got this monster job of removing all this fur tan. My precarious balance way that I've got to work on. So yeah, so I've got all this fur tan to remove in the morning, key it all, sand it all, and paint it. So I'm going to paint it with a roller, not going to do it too thick. I'm probably not going to lay it off, just want to get a good coat of protection on. But yeah, you can see the fur tan's working really well already. Leave that overnight, hopefully no rain. And yeah, rock and roll, we'll do that in the morning. And try and get to a chandlery tomorrow to sort out some of the water vent pipes, water filler pipes, bits and pieces like that before the spray foam. But yeah, going on with it. So it's just getting dark now. I've put a frame up into the ceiling for the spray foam, and that'll get covered up, clad over at some point later down the line. I'm going to do a little bit of frame for this bit as well, but I've got no idea how I'm going to stick it to the ceiling, so keep watching that. So I don't want to drill through to the roof, obviously. But yeah, the lads did 2 layers on the top and the bottom. I've got a tarp out to go on the floor to protect the floor from the spray foam. The lads did both sides. I've got to do the up and downs, and I was just doing bits of the ceiling down the far end. So we'll go and have a look down here at that. So, tidied up a little bit, cleaned up the floor, moved a load of the wood, got rid of a load of the little bits. I'll take some more bits away with me when it's time to clean up the boat. Again, there's another look at the frame, the second batten frame that I put on. That'll get covered in tape as well to shave off, and then this will be deeper insulation, and I intend to do exactly the same pretty much on these walls, but come past the gunnels after the spray foam, because if I go past the gunnels now, we'll have a harder time getting under the gunnels, so we'll just do it that way. So I've got my camp set up as always. Feels a bit weird, the boat's looking empty. I've cleared a whole bunch of stuff from the sides, I've cleared all my tools away. They're in these big see-through boxes, so I'm going to sort them out tonight, but in the meantime I'm taping the ceiling. So I've done a couple already, it's not too bad. Do a few more, something I can do in the dark. that's the easy bit done. Now I've got to trim the edge. Maybe do 3 coats on these, you know. So already. So it's about 7 in the morning. Just going to check the fur tan. I was a little worried about scrabbling this down, putting a key in it with the power tools. I mean, obviously I've got to wash all the fur tan off yet, so I've got at least an hour of that. But the dogs are out, woke everybody up, so I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. Just need to get all this cleared off, get it all ground back, and then painted. Yeah, a lot to do with this. I'm just going to remask up the windows. Let me show you how I'm doing this time. It's slightly different. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling a tight edge around the outside. I'm trying to stick the outside in as flush to the boat as I can. Just like that. Yeah. Fold that in. Bring it up to the window. So you end up with this crisp edge. Yeah, and see these little bits where it sticks out. You can take a razor blade to that. You can just push it in with your fingernail, and that'll be just fine. Yeah, it's sealed all the way to the edge, all the way under. Yeah, that should be nice. Should be nice. Okay, so the other two windows have been masked. Keeps threatening to spit with rain. Looks like it's clearing up a little bit. But yeah, let's start getting some paint on this side of the boat. Also, I sanded down the gunnels, got out a load of the tiger striping that was here. Going to go over that with a roller as well today. But I mean, bits like this here at the edge where I've tried to do it flat, it's starting to come through here. So this being filled with paint is probably a good thing until I can get it nice and flat. So, but yeah, on with the painting, I think. In the boat, bank holiday Monday. Done a bit more of the tape, done a lot of the sealing, so that's quite good. Started on the sides, on the edges and the frames. So still quite a lot to do. Haven't even started the windows or the hatches yet. Gone through about 4 rolls of tape already. But yeah, getting on with it. But let's go and have a look at the paint outside. Back outside, we can get to come and have a look at this. It looks lovely and crisp. Some stroke marks in it. I used a roller and laid it off a little bit, but it was more a way to get a layer of protection on. So yeah, it looks amazing though. I'll take the tape off on the windows in a little bit, just wait the paint to dry a bit before I start playing around with that just in case. But yeah, it looks fantastic. Yeah, it looks fantastic. What a sharp blade, really. Just need to run out of those. Sharp blade comes in handy. Got any new ones left? Done. Nice and easy, relatively clean. Take some scissors and clean up the ends. That one. Let's just see how this tape comes off. Well, that's good enough for me for now. So just fixing to leave now. A little bit further in the day. I've got a load more of the tape done. It's probably a bit too dark for you to see. I've got all of the ceiling battens done and trimmed. The lads did the full length of the battens yesterday and I've started on this bit. The rest should be fairly quick. So still got this side to do, still got a whole bunch of stuff to take out, still got the windows to cover. But I did get the water tank and the breather, the water inlet pipe and the breather sorted. So yeah, I'm gonna go home now. Should be quite an interesting week. Back at work now, so we'll see how things go with the boat. If there's time to do things, we'll see. But yeah, that's another week done. Catch you in a bit. See you for spray foam.